values. I tell women, align your values with what you believe. If what you believe does not align with what you do, you're going to have mental health issues. Even people like Mandela, people like Mahatma Gandhi said things like that, that when what you do and your values, they must align. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy. In fact, there's going to be stress and there's going to be issue. You're going to see that you're constantly not feeling well. So, all I'm trying to say is that balance is dynamic. Balance is not static. Yes. And then should it be redefined? Yes, absolutely. Barrister Kemi has said so. James Zitobi has even given us that. Yes, values should be redefined. It is enoughness over perfection. You see, our lives is in season. She said it. And then men are in sizes, we're in phases. So you should know what season I am. That's a question you have to ask. So you have to do self-care and self-compassion. If you said that balance is 100%, then what about the persons with disability? What about persons who are not? If it were like that, then our fingers should be equal. If it were like that, then our fingerprints should be equal. If it could be perfect, then we should all be sleeping and having the same dreams. But like I said, our experiences are different. What we face are different. What we go through are different. And like you mentioned in my profile, adverse childhood experiences, I like to exhume that and see how it affects people. So for me, balance should be redefined. And then remember that stress brings, in our daily function, you have to manage stress in our daily functioning so that we can be motivated to do other things, otherwise it will affect us. And then you talked about, sorry, before I end this other aspect, for us to talk about balance, then it means that the earth is truly flat, but the earth is round. So you see things like bounded rationality. It's all talk about the time, the knowledge, and our brain power. So if balance was possible, then this bounded rationality should not even exist in the first place. So thank you. Let me go to the second question that I was asked. I think the second question you said, what are the signs that a woman is no longer coping, but actually experiencing burnout, emotional distress, or even harm within the environment? This is all about vicarious trauma. And because of the kind of work we do, we experience secondary trauma. So imagine, for instance, like in our shelter, a matron with 15, 20, 30, 35 people. I'm telling you, it happened. The last set of people that left our shelter were a family of 9 and another 6. So you can see, and yet there are still people in the shelter, more than 12 girls, 14 girls. So you can imagine that we face and take a lot. And I think Mrs. Williams is here too. We face a lot. So vicarious trauma is common in some kinds of work. If you are a frontliner, if you are in the nursing profession, medical profession, social worker, even the police, these things are even very real. Not to talk about even in our families too. So vicarious trauma, sometimes we have to move from coping to managing. And these things can manifest emotionally, can manifest physically, cognitively, and in our behavioral domain. You remember when I was talking about the first question, I asked, at what point will butter melt? At what point would also water become frozen? So it means there are things we can take. You know when the heat is coming. There are things you can take. There are things you can excuse yourself from. There are things you can just keep calm about. So when you talk about persistent exhaustion, have you ever experienced that? You can't sleep, and then you have to meet deadline. In fact, I've just finished a research now. I don't know, have we even finished? The field work of the research just ended, and there are times that we had to stay awake to do the submission, whether financial, whether report, whatever it is. We knew what we went through. So we have to look at the physical exhaustion, the vitality, then the constant irritation, constant anger, restlessness, all those things hinge towards burnout. Burnout is just like you're trying to smack fire. You want to rekindle a glowing splint, and then water is being poured upon it again. How do you function with that? And there's something in psychology called anhedonia. This is loss of interest or joy in what you first loved. For instance, goody goody. Somebody gives you goody, you say, I beg, I don't even want, nothing interests me. You don't like goody goody again. You don't like ice cream. You don't want to take the things you like, music, dance. You don't just want it because there's lethargy, there's low energy. You cannot just move. And sometimes, let me tell you, sisters, we cry. There are times you cry, there are times you hiss, and even there are times you cannot cry. You're even so numb. It is so overwhelming. Yes, you feel it, you feel so stuck. And that is where the issue of comparison. Look at all my mates. That's why I said there's no balance. Because at this age, if you are 50 something, you have believed that you should have had all your children, you should have had grandchildren. Some people don't even have children up to now. They're even trying to do IVF and everything. I remember in those days at Federal Government Girls College, Akure, we had a principal. She was always telling us that, see, let me tell you, it's not all of you that will marry you. Who say, in Yoruba, you know, yeah, Jelele, yo, this woman is so wicked. Not, and it is true now, some of us still don't have children. So is that balance? But I want to say that truly balance can be justice-centered thing for people. And then look at the cognitive science, forgetfulness. You keep forgetting. You have mental fog. You have, and then the physical one, I've talked about the physical fatigue and the behavioral one, social withdrawal. There's a party. I'm not going, Jerry. There's a wedding. I beg, let them do. I'll send gifts to them. There's family meeting. I can't just come. You see, these are things, these are signals. And then even negligence to yourself. You that love to make your hair, you that love to fashion, you just see yourself, baby, I'm not even wearing earrings, nothing. But I'm not talking about the issue of maybe climate change that sometimes we just want to do all back, do two hands so that we will not have too much on our hair because of the heat. Women, we go through a lot. The menopausal woman, they go through a lot. They come, they are hot, they are uncomfortable. So how do you want them to balance all this? And then the issue of reliance of substance. That's when people begin to smoke, they begin to drink, they begin to get into substance abuse. These are negative. And then you look at the relationship issue, feeling unsafe around relationship, and then the degree of connectedness with yourself. There's a particular one I want to say, the hidden indicator. Women continue to show, they continue to appear. She's the life of the party, she's the, until they slump. You're seeing videos where people are dancing, they slump. And for instance, you see the issue of that one of Nollywood stars that she kept saying she has mental health issues. People didn't take her serious until so sorry, we don't have anymore. You feel strong, you have empathy for people, you are the one showing up, you are the one doing this and that, but day in and day out, you are inwardly, it is not okay for you. We truly need to find a way to cope and even to have self-care. Sometimes we just take a break. I have a lot of times in the office, you say, we just in our office, Monday is group counseling session. We have that group counseling session. So you come on Monday. Sometimes you see us, like last Monday, there was a something to feel for Roland. But within me, my spirit just said, let's just, and we're having testimonies of cancer healing, things like that. Let me be fast. I see you comfort. So from the third question is from a woman's, from a woman who feel overwhelmed, whether for caring, work pressure, unsafe, supportive relationship, what are realistic, accessible steps they can take to regain control of their well-being? See, let me tell you. Number one, name what exactly is this? Name it. If you can name the issue, then you know exactly, this is workplace. I'm having too much on my plate. Another thing, you have to pause. There are times you have to pause. Thank God I can say this boldly that since COVID-19, we do online and offline work. And in fact, we work 24 hours. So Monday is a compulsory working day. Others we do online. I'm telling you, we do those things. And then if there's need, we can be in the office from all the 5 days of the week, even weekends. Our staff, Dr. Williams, is here. She comes to work when she has to do some fill-ups and everything and attend to things. So there you can take a break. You can, because it is not abracadabra. It is not that you bring out a magic wand and then you are okay. No, you have to look back, take stock, like Gen Z, Toby said, take stock, align what you're supposed to do and look at it. What exactly? It is not just like, boom, I fixed it, like all these cartoon characters. So it means little by little. Doing little things matter, just little by little. So what can you do? A lot of things that you can do to help yourself, a lot. From physical grounding, use your hands, use your voice, clap, a lot of things. You yourself go and find out exactly what are those things that are therapeutic for you to do. Thank you all. Best wishes. Over.
Okay, so by now we should get used to it that once a speaker finishes, let's just keep clapping and celebrating them and sharing lots of love. Thank you so much, Dr. Imaobong. We really appreciate your session. Thank you to all of the speakers. It's been eye-opening. So a key take home for me now is that we need to redefine balance. We need to really redefine balance. It's not static. Balance is dynamic, and at whatever phase you are in life, you need to just redefine what it means and what it should mean to you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ah, for the last 40 minutes or so, it's been really exciting. 45 minutes or more? Yes. We've heard from Barrister Kemi, we've heard from Mrs. Oluwatobi, and we just heard from Dr. Imabong, all speaking to us from different dimensions, and it's been fantastic. So we're just going to be going into the questions and reflections. If you have a question that you want to ask, please kindly raise your hand using the raise your hand button, and we would get to you. We have some questions already in the comment section, and we've also had reflections. Yes, this session is also for reflection. So yeah, if you have a reflection, a quick reflection, just so that we manage time as well. So if you have a quick reflection, you can also put up your hand, and we would give you the opportunity to do so. Meanwhile, a question came in earlier and was asking if it's possible to get recorded sessions. Yes, it's on our YouTube channel. It will be on our YouTube channel, and the link has been dropped in the comment section as well. You can access it. Um, so, yes, the first question, what are your expectations from your partner? Are these expectations realistic? How does he or she respond to your expectations? Is he or she responsive or reactive? Um, I don't know. This question seems to be like a reflective question, like a question that we should reflect on. I don't know. But if you're the person, because I was helped with this question, I really can't trace who asked it. But you could also put up your hand to add a bit of clarity to this for us. Yeah, so that we would also, yeah. From Olufemi Oyedeji, was this a reflective question, or did you have a particular speaker you had in mind? Just kindly put up your hand if you're there. Meanwhile, Modupe Adelanwa, please pardon me because I'm being careful to not ascribe Mr. or Mrs. to somebody wrongly. I'm just calling out the names. She reflected in the comment section saying that women often shoulder multiple responsibilities that includes nurturing their families, building their careers, and contributing to their communities, while striving to maintain their mental and emotional well-being. And so balancing professional demands with family expectations can create significant pressure, particularly when women are expected to serve simultaneously as caregivers, providers, and sources of emotional stability. Um, Women, okay, supportive families, flexible workplaces, and strong social networks, women are better able to protect their mental health, strengthen resilience, and succeed both at home and in their professions. So, promoting women's mental health being therefore requires a shared commitment from families, workplaces, and communities to create environments where women can pursue their aspirations while sustaining balance, dignity, and inner strength. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that reflection. Um, yes, so we also have a question here that says, is there a way women can balance their mind or thoughts in a relationship. I think I'd like to listen to maybe one a minute each of response from the speakers. Any of them who has, or maybe Madam Toby, can you begin because you spoke on relationships. So it's and then Dr. Imaobong also spoke on thoughts, mental and all. So Madam Toby, could you please respond to this briefly, and then we'll also hear from Dr. Imaobong. Is there a way women
Yes,
can
please could
balance?
you repeat the question again?
Yes, is there a way women can balance
Is there a way women can balance
their mind or thoughts in relationship?
their minds or thoughts in relationships? Okay, so I would say that balance has, I mean, first, it depends on who the relationship is with. If it's a romantic relationship or a friendship or a family relationship, to achieve that level of balance, it has to be done in collaboration with whoever you're in that relationship with. For instance, if it's a friend, I think it's speaking to that person, having discussions with that person too as well. Probably if you are in a season where you're going to be very busy, you might not have enough time. I think it's just discussing and saying, okay, for the next 3 weeks, for the next 4 months, I'm going to be busy with this. It's going to be in maybe less frequent check-ins, less frequent time to spend together and all of that. And so that person knows that for this phase and season that you are in, they need to do more of the check-ins than you would normally do. Um, they need to also be accepting of if you're not as responsive as you used to be normally. They need to know that they don't have as much as access to you as they would normally have, right? And also we balancing our minds and our thoughts. I think in discussing or in having discussions with whoever we are in this relationship with, we're able to. So, for instance, the example that um um Dr. Imabon gave about how you don't work 9 to 5, you get back home, there are still obligations that you have to still do. I think it's same probably today. Oh, if you have a spouse or a partner or a sister or someone that you live with is saying, oh, I feel really tired today. Could you help out with this? He's also crying out for help too as well, and not just living on with that assumption that I'm fine, I can handle it, I can do it, and then this now leads to burnout. So yeah, you're fulfilling your obligations, but maybe you're resentful about it. You're probably murmuring or complaining about it instead of asking for help. So yeah, I hope this helps.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Imabong, would also like to hear, because you spoke about balancing and mental health and mental well-being. So do you think, is there a way women can balance their mind or thoughts in a relationship? What are your thoughts really? It's not do you think. What are your thoughts? We'd like to hear your thoughts on
Okay,
that.
okay, if you permit me, I'll look at the transpersonal, I'll look at it from a transpersonal aspect so that I'll describe um, we are tripartite in nature, human beings. Whether you believe in God, you don't believe in God, you have a religion, we are tripartite. So we have the body, the spirit, and the soul. So the body is made up of our five senses. The soul is made up of the mind, the will, and the emotions. And then our spirit is what connects to the creator. You can see. It means the creator can relate to us. We are over how many billion people? The creator can relate to everybody in the level they will understand. So let me just leave that. Going back to our minds, our soul has the mind, the will, and the emotion. So your mind, nobody, see, let me tell you the truth. The thought is from you. This is how mental health is. Please trace it. How we think, how we feel, and how we act. It's the thoughts that bring the feeling. The feeling brings the action. So it means you can always reverse, you can always help your thoughts. If it is you that is responsible for your thoughts, and that is why even in this space they talk about emotional intelligence. They said communication is the biggest thing in relationship, in marriage. If you can communicate with your partner, if you have a partner or a spouse that is understanding, a lot of things can be ironed out. But I tell you the truth, nobody is going to help you. It is you that can help your mind. It is you that can replace your thoughts, whether positive or negative. Do you get it? So you don't blame it on anybody, although the environment you are can determine a lot of things. That's why psychologists sometimes say that the environment is even greater than talent. So it depends. So for instance, if you bring a fish on the sand, it can't survive. So is the environment toxic? Is it safe? Is it healing or enabling? Thank you. I don't know if it answers that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for that. I am quite sure that that cleared the air for the person who asked. Um, we have a question. We had a hand raised. Mrs. Chinyere Ewawa Idi. You had your hand raised, Ma. Over to you if you're still on the call. Okay. Meanwhile, somebody shared a reflection. Olufemi Oyedeji. She said, if your partner expectations expose you to trauma and stress, discuss it. And if he or she won't care, please rethink the marriage. Two, they say, are better than one. So partnership should make you better and not shatter you. So since we are taking our time to respond, we could, of course, just share in the comment section which of the speakers' points resonated most with us and what are we taking back from today's session, just very quickly, so that we will know that this meeting was, impactful. I am seeing that we do not have a lot of questions, and I am going to take it that our speakers did fantastic work of, on this topic, balancing act, and so we are super excited that we have all of this. Oh, okay. You're back, ma. Over to you for your question.
Okay, thank you. So sorry, I got thrown off. Um, um, I want to really appreciate all of the speakers. Mine is to Imaobong, and I know she was really pressed for time. She was rushing, but I'm wondering. So if someone feels really overwhelmed at work, but still has deliverables, I don't know if that's the reality of anybody here, or the person just has. What can the person do? What are there self-care practical tips? I know you told us to go and do the homework, do the math ourselves and all of that, but please show us mercy, and give us some tips, that we can actually use that will help our mental health at work. Thank you. Or at home, wherever, to just help us keep, maintain that illusionary balance.
Okay. Like for instance, I'm going to give a practical example in Whatclef. In Whatclef, personally, I don't believe that, there are some spaces that if you have a child, you should not bring the child. If you have a baby in Whatclef, together we agree. Even we have made space. There's a little baby that comes to office every Monday now. Mrs. Williams' office, we have a small mattress. Yes, go keep the baby. We keep the baby. We take the baby turn by turn. And again, we have a shelter. You can go and sleep in the shelter. Yes, if you want to. There are times people just say, I want to take a nap. They are free. There are two chairs in the entrance of Whatlife. So far, we know that today we are doing research, we are doing projects, and then we are not expecting visitors. If somebody slumps there in Koto and sleeps off, it has happened. That is sleeps off. You don't wake the person up. So there are a lot of things you can do. There are cognitive things, there are physical things, there are things you do with your hands, there are things you do with your nose, the breathing exercise, deep breathing. There's a way the therapist will guide you to do all those things. There's also, grounding, there's mental calculation. See, this life, we have a lot of things around us are beautiful, but you cannot see it. If you are going next time, so I want to give you an assignment. Like me, if I'm taking a walk, I look at the plants. Do you know some are of different shapes? Some are serrated, some are thin, some are long. That is, it just gives you pleasure that, so these plants are so unique, they are so different. You look at this, like me, I like stargazing, I like cloud chasing. I like to look at the sky, the star, evening, just take a walk, take a deep breath. Aside that, look for something that is stronger than that thing. And most of the times, like because we are religious people in Nigeria, you go to your religion, you see what exactly is that verse in the scripture, like for Christians, that speaks to you. There are some scriptures you speak to yourself. You see, those things revive you. Drink water. There's water therapy. You drink, you swim, you know, you pour it on your body, you dip your feet. There are a lot of things to do, but you have to find out the one that suits you better. You sing, you dance, you listen to music, you watch films, eat popcorn. There are a lot of things, Chi. And even the fact that women, we sit with ourselves. You know, when things happen, you see women sitting with themselves in the community, even in our places of worship. You see, we sit down. Some people just sit down together, they gist. Everybody have their gist partner. You stay under the tree, you gist, you talk. So it means you look for that thing that is enabling, that thing that is supportive, not drugs. You know, therapy is not drugs. It's not drugs. You're not going to take drugs. Those things that will just help you connect. You hug. Some people like hug. You paint. You know, a lot of things. I'm telling you, there are 1,001. I don't know, Chinyu. Ozuko. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. Um, okay, so yeah, in the absence of any other questions and reflections, we want to thank all of our participants and we want to give. Okay, so please, again, let's just drop the emojis and appreciate all of our speakers this evening. You will all agree with me that they did fantastic jobs speaking to us this evening on different areas of this conversation. So please let us appreciate them. Let us celebrate them. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Barista Kemi. Thank you, Mrs. Oluwatobi. Thank you, Dr. Imaobong. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and
Thank you
thank you for
so
the
very much.
opportunity.
Thank you, Ma. It was a pleasure having you all here. So please, we will be sharing our feedback link survey, which helps us to, do better and improve on any shortcomings. So that feedback mail will be sent shortly after this meeting, say on or before 5:30. The communications person is on fire. So she'll be saying that we'll be grateful to receive all of your comments, all of your feedbacks, and take homes from this meeting. Would appreciate it as so much. And you can also follow us on our social media handles. On Facebook, we are SOA Initiative. On Instagram, we are SOA Initiative. On X and on LinkedIn, we are SOA Initiative. So please join us there so that you can be, kept abreast of all that is happening. We are also going to be having another Knowledge Cafe next month, the month of April. And that one is going to be talking on understanding and healing the trauma of child sexual abuse. A very fantastic and you know, um, um, in time conversation with all of the things that have been happening and how these things can affect a child. It's important that we are aware in order to prevent, this occurrence and better manage it if it's God forbid happens. So thank you everyone. Um, I don't. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much everyone, and looking forward to hearing from you people, each and every one of you. Thank you once again to our speakers. Thank you to everyone who participated. So just quickly before we go off, yes, hey, communications would have killed me. Please, can we all for a minute or less than put on our cameras just so that we can get a screen grab of everyone who participated in this meeting for our social media and just a memento for this meeting. So please, if you would indulge us, please put on your cameras so that we can get this very quickly. I know the network has been really, it's been trying us, but we've overcome. Yes, we've overcome. And luckily for us, we are almost out of this. Yes, so just um, in a jiffy, and our comms will get um, our picture. Comms, please kindly confirm when you have our picture so that we can. Thank you everyone for your lovely comments. We're looking forward to seeing all of these also in our feedback sessions or in our feedback form. Looking forward to having it. Yeah. Comes kindly confirm that you have us. there? Okay.
Also,
Oh, fantastic. Despite the challenges, we have quite a number of persons here. Thank you, everyone, for taking out time out of your Sunday to be a part of this meeting with us. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And do have a lovely weekend. And no, okay, the weekend is almost over. Just have enjoy the rest of your evening and have a lovely week ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So much
Thank
appreciation
you.
and
Bye.
gratitude. Thank you.
Bye.
thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.